What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Black Socrates from the Mental Dialogue Talk Show, where all I ask is that you think. This Saturday morning, I have the most powerful show that I've probably ever put together. You know, we rock live and executive cuts here in Marietta, Georgia, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio each and every Saturday morning. And this Saturday morning, I am pleased to bring on Darryl Black, a.k.a. Black Nitty, former Blood Gang member, two-time felon, now owner-operator of his own truck, having done 2 stints in the federal prison industrial complex in the Texas State Penn. But not only am I bringing on that brother to tell his redemption story, what makes us unique at Mental Dialogue, we're trying to reach you from the streets all the way to the halls of Howard. But what makes this situation unique, not only am I bringing on that brother to tell his redemption story, but I'm bringing in his mother to talk about what it was like to raise a son in an environment. And what makes Darryl so unique is this brother, he attended the United States Air Force Academy's preparatory school with me for 8 months. I was fortunate enough to go on and graduate from the academy in '97. This brother decided about 8 to 10 months into the program he needed to return home. He's always cared about his children, and at that time he had a young baby girl that he sent all of the money. We received money monthly at the academy. Not only were we there on a free ride, he was a student athlete, a star running back coming out of his high school in Austin, Texas. And he had an opportunity to play for the Air Force Academy. He went to the preparatory school with me. I walked on. He was a scholarship athlete, and as we said, we received monthly money, and he was one of the few brothers that could never go out because he was sending money home to support his young daughter, and he just couldn't stay away from her that long. And he was going to school up in Colorado, and his young daughter back in Texas, and he decided he couldn't no longer finish out the opportunity at the academy, and decided he needed to go home and take care of his daughter. But upon his return, he actually returned to the street life he had dabbled into a little before going into the academy. And his brother was incredibly unique, having had that experience. Unlike most of us who were going to the academy, he had already dabbled in the street somewhat, and unfortunately upon his return he decided to go that route to gain most of his finances, and that situation landed him in the state penitentiary on 2 different occasions, to the surprise of his mother, who, as I said, we're going to be fortunate enough to have her perspective on what it was like sticking by her son and ensuring that Dad was able to have a relationship with his daughter, with the son that he also fathered between the first and second stint in prison. And me and her actually developed a relationship during one of his stints in prison. I didn't really know of her before, during the 8-10 month period that we knew each other, but because I would always check up on Darryl after he had left school to see how he was doing, and eventually his mother, kind of out of desperation, just reached out and said, "Hey, he's in prison." And I called him D Black at the time, but on the streets he was known as Black Nitty. So it's Mother's Day weekend, and I know there are a lot of young mothers who are trying to keep their children and their young sons out the fray. So you want to hear this story this weekend, Saturday morning, 10 a.m. I will have Black Nitty and his mother, Miss Katie Black Agnew. She will be available to hear this unique perspective. You've seen a lot of redemption stories, but you've never heard it from the mother's perspective. We're going to do, for the first time, we're going to have a conversation that we've never had between the 3 of us. I went out and visited him after he got out the second time, but we never sat down and talked about the things that we dealt with in Darryl's incarceration. And so you will hear that story live on the air this Saturday morning. You know, if you're a regular listener, at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock, we always do economic empowerment. So another unique opportunity, brother by the name of Andre Hatchett, owner of Buy Black NYC. He's a business consultant, and Darryl, who's now a owner-operator of his own truck coming out of incarceration, now doing very successful, has his own business. Brother Andre Hatchett from Buy Black NYC will actually do a live on the air 15-minute consulting segment with us from 11 to 11:15 You know, that is our Money and Power 15. So you will have an opportunity to find out, one, what a business consultant is and does, and hear live on the air to see if Darryl has his P's and Q's in order to make sure he has long-term success with his business. Saturday morning, 10 a.m., Mental Dialogue Talk Show, blogtalkradio.com/Mental Dialogue 2. Look to our Facebook page, Mental Dialogue. Look us up. You can see us there and see the number to call in. Look forward to this incredible segment, most powerful story I've probably ever done on the Mental Dialogue Talk Show. Look to hear from you. Get your call-ins in with us on Saturday morning. Mental Dialogue. All I ask is that you think.